right, it's been a while since we've done a tour on my channel, so I do apologize, you guys, but it's actually been a crazy month. Not only just in terms of real estate activity, but look at this weather right here. I'm actually lakeside on Lakeview Boulevard at an upcoming listing of ours, 3012 Lakeview Boulevard, and it's my great pleasure to give you guys the sneak peek. We're actually getting it measured right now. So the tax records are just shy of 6, but you know, by the time this comes on the market, if my measurement people are as good as they say they are, it might very well be above 6,000 square feet. But what I wanted to point out by starting in the backyard specifically is actually the frontage you get on this north side of the lake. The lot is, believe it or not, 150 feet wide. And so to give you guys perspective, just the house next door has a 60-foot wide lot. So that's nearly 2.5 times the frontage. Great area for family, friends, entertaining. You have this awesome flat grass area that backs to the lake. This fence is actually genius because it keeps the geese off of the lawn. I can walk around here without worrying about stepping any geese landmines, which is, believe it or not, huge on the lake. And then you might have noticed right behind me, this little alcove. Originally on Lake Oswego, this was one of about a dozen of these more or less man-made little beaches. So as we make our way to the other side of the property, this is the west end. You can see the sunsets setting behind me. You actually do have a waterfall over here on the left-hand side of the property. Now it's not on, we're in the middle of January, but I'm coming into this whole other grass section, which is as big as most people's backyards on the lake, no joke. And this is where you have the gated access to your boat slip. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons to having the boat slip like this versus a traditional boathouse. One of the big pros is just longevity and your ability to keep a structure here without worrying about the wood rotting from waves splashing up and down just repeatedly with the amount of weather you do get here on the north side of the lake. Now, the other thing is I'm pointing out from a location perspective, I did mention we're on the north side of the lake. That is the more desirable side generally because you get the southern sun exposure. So light all day long in this backyard and throughout the house, which you'll see. And we happen to find ourselves along Lakeview Boulevard, which is one of the more popular roads. You're just minutes from downtown Lake Grove, as well as the I-5 and 217 highway interchanges. You're also just a short drive down the street from downtown Lake Oswego, though some might actually prefer to hop in their boat and take it and park over in the marina itself. And then if you're into entertaining, the cool thing about this property is it is definitely the neighborhood hotspot, with many of the other surrounding homes that aren't on the water having access to the Gooden Lake easement, which you'll see right behind me right now. So now that we've covered pretty much this lower level, let's traverse on up and start in the front from the street side of the house. And I'll show you what makes this property really unique. All right, and now we find ourselves on Lakeview Boulevard in front of the house over to my left. And I had touched on this a little bit, but you know, there's all that frontage in the back. That gives you good frontage in the front too. Now, they were able to do something with that frontage that many of these homes up and down the street can't achieve. And actually, you can't really do this on this lot today even. And what that is he has 2 driveways. This one actually, as you can see behind me, is a bridge. So it's concrete steel construction, plenty of width right here, goes down to a lower motor court and a 3-car garage that is tucked under the 2-car garage up top. So for your day-to-day driving, you might come in and out off the top. And for maybe your more collectible cars like he has, you put those down below. And the cool thing about this location is because of that easement, you do have some parking across the street where if guests are coming over, they could easily street park too. Now, coming to the other side of the property, this is where that 2-car garage is. Nice big driveway, you can fit a couple of vehicles with extra space over there on the side that you can even fit a boat trailer. Now, come with me on inside where we'll do the tour right as the sun's setting. Should be perfect timing. All right, so stepping inside to the main entry, what I love about this space is your view of the lake goes right through this living room right here into the dining, extra tall ceilings, beautiful windows, and out to the lake. You come in here though, and you pass the beautiful staircase right here with a large skylight, whole wall of windows. I love how it's architecturally done in the corner. But continuing through this French door, you step into the main kitchen, great room combination. And as you can probably see, there's great light coming in right now. It's about 4:15, 4:20, and the sun is just setting over the west end of the lake, coming in here, lighting this kitchen up behind me. You can see the beautiful cherry wood cabinets. This is a very, very high-end Park Place cabinet install. They're one of the premier cabinet installers of the era. This home was built in 1999. So you see a lot of different elements, whether it's architectural or interior design related, that are reminiscent of that era. So the owners have done a meticulous job with upkeeping everything from the cabinets, the granite countertops, beautiful windows throughout. And it really, really shines literally on a day like this. As your focal point, is clearly the lake, but then coming inside, you realize all the intricate details that they were able to execute on and how this design really stands the test of time. So the kitchen layout itself, which we touched on, is pretty unique with this island seating area right here. What I personally like about it is instead of just a big row of seating along the island, this allows you to sit down on either side and actually have a conversation, enjoy a meal together, kind of see eye to eye, while keeping things pretty social with the cooktop in the island, giving good visibility for everyone with this more triangular shape. Now, in addition to the cooktop right there, you do have other really nice appliance package, including the Sub-Zero refrigerator, dual decor wall ovens, dual sinks, new dishwasher, trash compactor right there. And then if we flip around, Sam, right here, you have a bar set up, which adjoins the kitchen. You have a secondary refrigerator, dumbwaiter that actually stops at all 3 levels of the house, additional dishwasher and sink right here. And you can see all these details like the under cab lights or even the lighting underneath the glass here in the display do a great job of providing a really nice warm evening ambiance as the sun goes down and then the house itself lights up. So before heading down to the great room, I do want to point out this beautifully staged little nook area. You have the glass top table, modern chairs, and it fits so perfectly in this little niche where you have 2 walls of windows and just 100% of lake in your backdrop. What I love about this property is with the width, you get multiple vantage points of the lake. So obviously we've got the sunset going on behind me right now. Well, it's an equally as impressive view off to the other side of that house where you're looking at a completely different hillside as it lights up and changes colors throughout the day. And then stepping down into the great room, you have a huge wall of built-ins over right here with the TV recess behind those panel doors, gas fireplace right behind me. And then they did a great job of continuing that mica slate stone here around the fireplace. And then they mirrored that with the stack stone that's brought in from the exterior of the home, which does a great job of bringing those exterior design details in here to the interior. And then behind me right here, you do have a barbecue deck with an outdoor heater, beautiful railing, and that not only gives you visibility out to the lakeside when you're out there, but also the street side and the motor court. All right, now coming down to the middle floor, this is actually where you have your 3-car garage entrance right here off to my left, little furry friendly entrance right there as well. And then straight ahead, you will find a really nice sized laundry room. And then before hitting the den as well as the guest bed, there is a beautiful entry right here to the primary suite. You have French doors opening with a huge walk-in closet off to my left-hand side. Now there is like a his and hers closet going on. This would probably be the hers for most people in there. And then that dumbwaiter does have access, so you can easily send bags, luggage upstairs, downstairs with ease. Now behind me is the bathroom, which we'll get to in a minute. But first, let's go down here to the actual bedroom. Now, 2 steps down into this bedroom area, you have plenty of space in here with a king-size bed. You see the window looking out towards that motor court. So we're basically 1/2 level below grade, at least street grade. From a livability standpoint, it is pretty nice because you get less noise being under that main street grade. There is a railroad track, believe it or not, across the street on the other end. Now, it doesn't blow the horn or it's not like too loud or anything like that, but if you are a light sleeper, it's something to be cognizant of. And if your bedroom's up you know, at ear level with that train, it's just gonna be that much louder. But the real cool part about this bedroom is if you flip the camera over here and look out the window right now at this view. Very serene, very private. You don't see a neighbor in sight unless you count the people all the way across the lake. And this room closes off with these 2 pocket doors, but it makes the perfect little reading area, secondary office. You could have like a Peloton or something like this in this room very easily. But you have windows on every side of the room, which is really nice. Plus the slider out to the outdoor balcony right here. Now come with me to the bathroom. This is probably one of the most impressive bathrooms really of its era. You can see all that rich cherry cabinetry continued in here with really cool custom built-ins and nooks and crannies filled out that, I mean, the detail you would never see in today's new construction. Believe me, we see a lot of it on the channel. But then behind me, you do have the second closet in this whole primary suite wing. Secondary vanity right here. You have a full, I would say her size vanity right behind Sam that has the wraparound countertop with the extra mirror for makeup, things like that. And then a slight step down in here to the shower. Now, one thing you're probably not seeing right there on this angle, but maybe if you flip over here, Sam, is this actually opens up and there's a whole steam shower, a good size one too, if you take a step in there and get that rolling. Now, rounding around the corner, we do have a guest bed off to my right-hand side. Really nice size proportions, and you can see the detail up in the ceiling soffit with the reading lights. Good size closet in this one, and then the bathroom's actually on the left-hand side of this. And this serves not only that bedroom, but then also the office behind me right now. One of the things I like about this office, besides the view, is you do have a gas fireplace, beautiful woodwork all around, and great use of built-ins, not only on this wall, but also even in here. You can see this was once probably framed as a closet, but they've actually built it out with a little bar, mini fridge, sink, upper cabinets, lighting, and all of that jazz. And then out the opposite side, you have another outdoor, you know, covered patio. I would personally, if this was my office, be taking all my calls out there on that balcony. And now stepping down to the lowest level of the house. Now, before we get to the fun spots, let me point out, I guess these are equally fun. You have a 750 bottle wine storage, and this one is, believe it or not, refrigerated, even though it's in the lowest level. Nice and chilly in there. So plenty of wood racks storage in there, stained glass door right here, and then back here we have a mechanical room off to the left side, but this actually presents itself as a nice little flex room. It's plenty of space for a small home theater or perhaps like a small workout room, something like that. Now continuing down, we do have an entertainment area over there. I will make sure to get to that, but follow me actually this way, Sam. We have 2 additional bedrooms. Right here, we have almost the mirror image of what we saw upstairs in terms of a guest bed. Now this one is served by a bathroom down the hall. I will hit on that in a minute, but this is actually the full, I would say, guest suite of the house. This is what the owner's daughter used as her primary bedroom and probably the best room in the house besides the primary. And I say that because you have yet again, another beautiful view. This room also benefits from a full built-in desk right here. It's actually kind of cool. It tucks away and it's completely hidden by the cabinet panels themselves. And then behind Sam, there is a gas fireplace that looks like it's never been used. Then making our way back to that entertainment area, you do have a door which goes underneath the covered living down here. And the cool part is that door provides easy access to the lake, but you have a full sauna right here, all built in, very nicely done. Looks like it's never been used. And then a full bath that serves for people coming in off the lake. Now come with me over here where we do have our entertainment area, where you have a full bar, TV, basically opening to the outdoor hardscape. Now, not only do you have a full bar down here, this is like a full kitchen actually, because they do have an electric stove, microwave, dumbwaiter serves here, plus you got the dishwasher. And coming over here, you have another wall of beautiful built-ins. Again, that cherry wood has continued throughout the entire house and has held up really well over time. You can see the incredible detail on all the cabinet panels. You continue on and have another slider door off to a beautiful upper lawn area, which I'll touch on just in a moment. All right, so stepping outside to the backyard, you can see directly off of the house, you have multi-levels of hardscape. I love how they combined the concrete aggregate with the natural rock for the formation of the steps, the walls, and everything in between. It feels very authentic to the overall Lake Oswego area. All this soil is very naturally rocky, and you have giant boulders all over, and they've done a good job of incorporating those boulders throughout the rock walls throughout the entire property, which is pretty cool. Now, I also think on this level, there are a couple really good spots for incorporating a pool, whether you put one right behind me over there on that side of the property, down below on the lower grass area where we started, or flip it around, Sam, over here, where you actually have a nice big upper yard area. And this is where the waterfall, believe it or not, starts up there, comes down around this corridor and then goes down. So I personally think this would be an awesome spot for like an infinity edge pool. If you ran horizontally with the house out that way, you'd have plenty of opportunity to nestle in some pool equipment up and under the bridge right there. Believe it or not, there is a 25 kilowatt all diesel whole house generator under there right now. So you can certainly fit in a pool heater to boot, but you would have a pretty cool opportunity for doing a semi-covered little hot tub spa area down here, maybe, if you follow. Under this steel. Speaking of steel, look at just like the actual construction and infrastructure of this. This would be literally impossible to recreate in today's overall construction environment because of the different zoning standards Lake Oswego has since implemented. Not that they wouldn't allow steel, but they just won't allow you to put in 2 driveways like this house has.
And with that, we are going to wrap up today's tour. Thank you again so much if you stuck around to the end. Please just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you like this house, make sure to reach out. All of our information is listed below.